Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, chapters 85, 86, and hopefully 87. Again, if 85 and 86 take me like an hour plus, then it's like, I may need to reconsider. But if they don't take as long, my plan is to do 3. If they were really short, Today I can't really go above and beyond. I'm not exactly running ahead, but, you know, we're at least doing 3. So 85 to 87 is the goal for this video. I'm excited to see what happens next, because genuinely, I think last set of chapters is my favorite in Omniscient Reader so far. It was so good, the fight was really, really great, but the story and the character writing was good too. So again, it was just really, really, really great all around in every way. I've really enjoyed this segment of the story, with everything we've gotten between Dokgak and Jungkook, and also including in, and really probably even more content than Jungkook, having Suyoung here. I've really, really enjoyed all of this. I think it's been, again, some of the series' absolute best stuff. It's been my favorite. So we just defeated Ilsang, was his name, Myung Il-san. So that means we still have some more catastrophes to deal with, so it makes me wonder, are we going to start bringing in some of the other characters that we haven't seen in a while? Are we going to go straight into more of the catastrophes? How much more are we going to learn? Or what exactly are we going to go into now that we're kind of done with the last thing and about to move into the next thing? So that's really, really excited, and I guess that's all there is to say, so let's just start reading chapter 85. Constellation, prisoner of the golden headband, is somewhat satisfied. Constellation, secretive plotter, nods despite his dissatisfaction. I can still feel the wind flowing freely in my hands. Constellation, demonic judge of fire, is happy with your fable. Someone's recommended your scenario on the star stream. And he looks over to Jungkook. You've been gifted 25,000 coins. The big super chat. And then he sees all the injured people. Scenes like these weren't in the novel, and this main character must have seen it happen over and over again. I've always thought I had to read TWSA to the end, but what I'd read was different from how I understood it. And that's so interesting, because again, if he's just reading the book, like, things are described, but it's different. Like, things are described from Jungkook's point of view, but he doesn't actually, as a reader, see literally what Jungkook sees. He's focused on the plot, what's happening next, what's going on with the main story. Meanwhile, as a character, if you look at him as a person, Jungkook is seeing this time and time again. Perhaps I don't know this world. What are you looking at? As well as I think I do. Huh? What's this? And then something's flying in towards him. Dokkaebi Dokgak has invited you to his channel. Who invited who now? And I didn't even notice in last read-through that in all the panels we see of Dokgak, they only have one leg. Then, episode 85, chapter 18, A Reader's Fight, part 3. I thought we would get a different title. Dokgak smiles. And Bi-young looks pretty worried. I see what's going on. I'll pretend I didn't see him. What are you doing? Where's my reward? Dokgak. A storyteller who owns multiple major channels, including the Tokyo Dome. Okay. Yes, your reward. My apologies. My mistake. Bi-young and the many other mid-level Dokkaebi are all talk. But Dokgak is different. He shouldn't be taken lightly. The sub-scenario Triple S grade hunt has been completed. Calculating rewards. You've received 50,000 coins as a reward, so Dokgak has an insane coin backlog right now. It was Dokgak who started the sub-scenario, so most of this reward must have come out of his pocket. I bet he hated that. And the additional reward? There was more if I remember correctly. They glance back. Of course, I'll give it to you now. After all, you were the one who made this scenario entertaining. Bi-young, prepare his reward. I'm sorry? Prepare his reward. Do I have to tell you again? Look at him go. But you're in charge of the current sub-scenario. Be young. Word has it that your channel grew considerably as of late. No, sir, it hasn't. Both Japan and Korea will be competing in the 6th scenario together. Don't tell me you forgot. Okay, so we are, like, bringing in another one of the domes. Then, I'm sorry, sir. And they did say earlier the Tokyo Dome, right? So I guess that is getting wrapped in now with the Seoul Dome as things converge more. But before that, we still have to make sure the Seoul Dome isn't destroyed, I'd think. I'm sorry, sir. I'll get it ready right away. Power dynamics exist even between the Dokkaebi. We've had our ups and downs, but seeing Be Young treated like that, he's practically licking Dokgak's boots. Calculating additional rewards. You've received the protection symbol of the parasite as a reward. So I guess that's the one of, oh wow, I'm forgetting her name already. But you know who the parasite was. I forget her name, but I remember the story. Additional rewards of your choosing are available. So now he has 2 of the presumed 5, but then again, I don't think that 1 spawns. So there are potentially 2 more out there, but the prison group is going after one of those. Additional rewards of your choosing are available. You are the biggest contributor in completing the scenario. You're given the first chance to select the additional item of your choice. And his options are Infinite Dimension Space Coat, Black Flame Finger Gloves, Still Feeds Jump Boots. This kind of looks like Jungkook's stuff. But, I mean, I guess it is a little different now that I think about it. The collar is different. The Space Coat does sound the most useful. Looks like they're going to give me something useful for defeating a catastrophe. They're all S grade items. Choose your reward. He looks so down after hearing an earful from Dokgak. And then we have the message. I personally recommend the Infinite Dimension Space Code. It has a hidden skill and you can upgrade it easily. Be Young. Yes, sir. Did you forget you have to explain to the constellations what each item does? Oh, yes, sir. He is my manager after all. What are you going to pick, Jungkook? And he looks up. And Jungkook is just absolutely pissed. The character Yu Jungkook is using Recovery Hibernation level 3. Has he passed out again while standing? Why can't he pass out normally? Well, I guess he did push himself a little too much. Hey, can I pick the item instead of him? Says Young. Go ahead if you want to get beaten up by Jungkook later. I choose the Infinite Dimension Space Coat. And then her face. Great choice. We'll move to the reward area then. The reward area. Additional rewards cannot be issued here. Seriously? Where are you going to take me? I'll escort you to my Dokkaebi Gamtu. Dokkaebi Gamtu. In traditional fairy tales, Gamtu is a hat worn by government officials. But in TWSA, Gamtu is a room where the Dokkaebi hide their true selves. Okay, so are these just like avatars then? I thought these were the actual Dokkaebi's bodies. I don't think so. Just give it to me here. There's no telling what might happen if I go to his personal space. There are no rules that say I have to go to a Dokkaebi Gamtu to receive scenario rewards. If you keep making a fuss, I can choose to cancel your reward. Fine. Interesting. The Star Stream's particularly thorough when it comes to rewards. There's no way you could take back a reward, even if it's for a sub-scenario. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And now Dokgak is using the messaging system. Dokkaebi Communications? I've heard stories about you, Kim Dokja. You're so famous that even the constellations abroad know about you. I'll get right to the point. Join my channel. And he's surprised. I'm planning to expand my channel in Korea. I'm willing to meet any terms you want. Interesting. I didn't expect him to make such an offer. This is like a player in the Asian Soccer League receiving an offer to play for the top team in La Liga. Whatever. I just want you to give me my reward and get out of my face. I guess the rumors were true. You aren't afraid of the Dokkaebi at all. I guess it can't be helped then. I was waiting to announce this after giving out the rewards, but you leave me no choice. You're arrogant. However, you will be humbled soon. This goes out to all the constellations who've been eagerly watching the scenario. I'm afraid I have bad news. One of the channels operating in the Soul Dome has been illegally manipulating the scenarios. Many constellations are paying attention to Dokgak's announcement. The channel run by BI7623, or the channel's BI7623, run by the Dokkaebi Byung's face. Byung's face. What? According to investigations, it was found that the plausibility of the scenario had been violated by Byung's excessive manipulations. Me? Therefore, on behalf of the other low-level Dokkaebi of the Soul Dome, I request that the Starstream management conduct a review of plausibility against Byung's channel. And then they smile. What's he saying? Why is he bringing up plausibility all of a sudden? He's just nitpicking. He's resorting to this all because I refused his offer. My goodness, what am I supposed to do now? Tell me, did they find out about the contract we had? No way. Then, could they have found out that you opened up the Dokkaebi shop earlier for me? That couldn't be it. Probably not. Then there's nothing to be scared of. And even if they knew all that, it has nothing to do with plausibility. We're not breaking any rules here. It's just that it hadn't been done before. We haven't violated any rules. So again, Dokja in this chapter, it's constantly been Dokgak trying to do something to subvert Dokja, and Dokja at each point having to basically just call Dokgak's bluff and just hang in there and hope that he can still be cool, and the rules, because of course as a reader he knows them pretty well, that the rules would lie in his favor, and that Dokgak, again, is just bluffing because the rules aren't going to force him to go to the Gamtu, they aren't going to force him to do any of this, and again, hopefully with the audit he'll be found to have not broken any rules. The details of channel BI7623's manipulation have been reported. The management's currently discussing the matter. His request for the review will probably be rejected unless he has solid evidence proving we've violated the rule of plausibility. Hey, why don't you stop stalling and just give me my reward? And it's actually questionable, because pretty much no one should know Dokja's status as like a reader, as a quote-unquote real person, other than, I guess, the person who wrote the apocalypse into being. So, in that sense, he isn't breaking the rules of plausibility, in that the rules kind of feel like they selectively apply to him because he's already existing outside of them. But then it makes you wonder, does he violate the rule of plausibility by being here when he maybe shouldn't? By, like, not being really at the same level as all the people who started this. Can't you see that the constellations are bored? I can't do that. This is much more important than issuing rewards. This also involves you, Kim Dokja. Do you see this screen? That's the fight I had with Solhua. Then we see him in the background. Can you see what these scenes have in common? My battle against Lycaon, Antinous, and Myeongil Song. No, wait, could he? These three battles have one thing in common. He could have killed the Poison Beauty and prevented the catastrophe. He also could have prevented the catastrophe by killing Antinous, and stopped the catastrophe of questions from hatching. But he did not do that on purpose. Wait, they're going to accuse Dokja maybe of, like, not letting it happen to make things more exciting? Dear Constellations, the incarnation Kim Dokja had been colluding with the channel storyteller Byung and manipulated the scenario by hiding his true powers. That bastard, he wasn't attacking us using the rule of plausibility. They played you for a fool and made the scenario look harder on purpose. His true goal was to forcibly produce a cathartic ending to the scenario and to cheat you out of your coins. Huh? To destroy Byung's channel. Some constellations have left the channel out of disappointment. No, wait, constellations! Constellations who began to question the authenticity of the channel have left. Some constellations are demanding a refund. The channel's decreased in size, and Byung himself decreases in size. And then, this channel's done for. I get it. Just give me my reward if you're done. I'll accept your offer. I see you haven't abandoned all your sensibility. You! And then this super cheapy version of Byung. Don't look at me like that. What can I do? Let's get going. Good. Well then. Let's get you your reward. And he's taken away. And then we get the recap at the end. Wow, it feels like I haven't been reading at all. Like, it feels like I just blew through that. Even though it's been like 16 minutes. Okay. Again, a lot happened there. So I wonder... Here's the thing. As a reader, it's like, oh, it's sad that we don't have Byung or Byung's channel anymore. But, like, in canon-wise, it makes sense, well, both meta-wise with the story, to move from Byung, who's an ally to Dokja, and make the story to raise the stakes a little bit by having Dokja now have to deal with a Dokkaebi that's not his friend, that's not allied with him, that is actively looking for anything suspicious Dokja might do. It increases the tension that's going on. But also, from an in-character point of view, as much as, like, he's formed a relationship with Byung, it's not like they're really friends. Byung's still a Dokkaebi that's part of this whole game that's killing everybody, and Dokja has reason to just hate the Dokkaebi kind of on principle. So, like, as much as it's like... Byung's a cute little Dokkaebi design, and it's like I might like him as a character. At the same time, from Dokja's perspective, it's like, yeah, let's just move on. It's not like I'm actually friends with this guy. So we'll have to see what happens next. Let's go to chapter 86. This chapter is starting off with maybe the inside of the Gamtu. Dokja's taken to this place. This is Gamtu? He looks back and is surprised. He sees space outside. The star stream, what a sight. I often stare off into it too. I must have startled you. This is my real voice. Okay, so we still see what is maybe the avatar. But we have the real voice. And something that I've been thinking, that I thought last week too, but I didn't say out loud here, is that to me, maybe the Dokkaebi don't have a gender. I'm just sticking with he or they because the official translation is saying he. But to me, Dokgak looks more feminine than the... Maybe it's just me, but the face shape, Dokgak looks more feminine to me than the other Dokkaebi. And also... with comparing Korean to English, Korean, from my knowledge, is probably really similar to Japan in that most things, unless extremely explicitly stated, are generally gender neutral. So when it comes to translating he or she, most official translators seem to just default to he, even when it's not clear. So it does make me wonder if well, now they're saying this is my real voice, if this is even, like, a reveal, if Dokja's going to be like, oh, they sound feminine. But we have the voice change, which is, of course, something that we, as readers, whether you're reading the novel or now reading the webcomic, we can... I mean, I guess the novel would probably describe the sound of the voice, so that'd probably help you out. But, as a comic reader, we can't really see what it matters immediately that he can't, that he's like, whoa, the voice is different. It's like, well, I can't tell, you're not actually speaking. Chapter 18, Reader's Fight, Part 4. This is the Dokkaebi's real voice, which I've only heard through broadcasts. Then that means the Dokgak in front of me is his real self. Really? I was still thinking that these might be... Because I know Dokkaebi are like little goblins. I guess that'd be the best way to describe them. They're like little, like, goblin, I don't, like, comparing them to yokai isn't quite right, but they're like little goblin fairy creatures in, like, Korean folklore. So, you know, this makes sense for their real forms to look like, but the way that he was saying, you know, this is where they hide their real forms, made me think that their real forms would look different. Then that means the Dokgak in front of me is his real self. You're not thinking of doing anything foolish, are you? Foolish? Are you afraid I might kill you? Ha, so you know that's impossible. I know better than to go up against a Dokkaebi. That I like. Let's write up that contract then. Then Byung shows up. I've brought Byung as the notary. After all, you can't sign our contract until you annul yours with him. Byung will compensate you for his breach of contract. This jerk knew I had a deal with Byung all along. Do as you like, I don't care. I'm glad you're quick to agree. Would you like to have a look at the contract first? This is my first time as well, signing a contract like this. What? He'll take half of all donations received, and there are even clauses that restrict my freedom. And I'm the employee, not the employer. What do you think? That's how things are usually done in this line of work. But I can make some adjustments if you want. He's lying. Even Byung didn't offer a contract as unfair as this. Well, and again, he should have more leverage now than he did over Byung, it feels like. So it feels like Dokja should really be able to fight for more. Well, it's not bad, but I have a request I'd like to make before I sign this. A request? What is it? I don't want to be the only one moving to a different channel. Byung's channel has some powerful constellations. Oh, like who? The Prisoner of the Golden Headman, Abyssal Black Flame Dragon, Demonic Judge of Fire, and the Prisoner of the Golden Headman? I'm impressed, Byung. I didn't know you'd have such powerful constellations. Hey, how could you do this to me? Do you trust me, Byung? What do you... Trust me this once. Or just this once. Things can't get any worse right now anyway. As I was saying, I was hoping you could help these constellations move channels with me. How so? Link me up to your channel. Then you'd be linked to 2 channels simultaneously. It doesn't matter. That way the constellations will be able to move to your channel through me. Okay. I guess you're right. And I'm a little curious. I want a sneak peek at the constellations in my soon-to-be channel. I've only ever been in this small channel. I want to see what it's like in the big leagues. Can you give me a sneak peek? Haha, you found yourself an amazing incarnation, Byung. Too bad he'll be with me now. Sad Byung. Fine, I'll give you a little preview of how the big boys play. And we have the Flash. He even has constellations from other continents and even other worlds. Just imagine all the coins I could get if I were on a channel as big as this one. What do you think of your new home? He looks over. I'm impressed. It's huge. Then why don't we sign... Before that, I want to say hello to everyone. I can do that, right? Go ahead. Sorry, hiccup again. Constellations of Tokyo Dome. Can you hear me? Some constellations of Tokyo Dome are looking your way. I'm sure some of you may have already heard of me. I'm Kim Dokja, the one who destroyed the ruler's throne and became the king of the world without a king. I don't have a supporting constellation, and that's about it. I look forward to our time together. It sure is high maintenance. I think the important thing here is probably mentioning to all of these new constellations that he doesn't have a supporting constellation. And I wonder if he then somehow gets out of this deal will mean that these constellations will actually go over to Byung's stream, making Byung more powerful. The constellations of Tokyo Dome are listening to what you have to say. So, I'd like to host an event to commemorate my joining of the channel. Let's call it a collaboration between Korea and Japan. If you want to know more, come to channel BI7623. There will be a coin draw for those who come early. So, what do you think you're doing? Oh, I've lost my connection. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm hosting an event. What? Do you have a death wish? Do you think the constellations in my channel would fall for something like... I think they're interested, because you cut me off just when it was getting good. Wait, constellations, where are you going? A considerable number of constellations have joined channel BI7623. The channel's leveled up. Thank you, so many of you came. You're here for the event, right? The constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband is annoyed at the sudden influx of constellations. Constellation Naval Warfare God is wary of the new constellations. Yeah, Prisoner of the Golden Headband was here when they discovered a streamer when they were at 4 viewers, and now they're at a couple hundred or a couple thousand viewers. A constellation who wields the Muramasa is egging you on to announce the winner of the coin draw. A few constellations are asking when the coin draw will start. Calm down, will you? It's going to be soon. But think about it for a second. Are a few coins really that important? What are coins when you don't have an incarnation to spend it on? Some of you may have missed it, so let me tell you again. I'm Kim Dokja, and I don't have a supporting constellation yet. Again, that's what's really going to hook them, because that was the whole point of him not having one to begin with. They're all going to be interested, because they would all want to be the one he finally chooses. I've won the War of Kings, and I've stopped 2 catastrophes before the scenario even began. You probably won't find any other incarnation like me in the entire world, and definitely not one who doesn't have a supporting constellation yet. But things have been getting a little hard lately. Wait, are you... The 5th scenario is about to start for Soul Dome. Seeing as how you're all very smart, I trust you all know what that means. That's right, the moment you've all been waiting for. The 2nd support selection event will be held soon. And we see the shots of the constellations from before looming over him. And to commemorate the occasion, I want to hold a special event of my own. If this channel gets more than 10,000 subscribers before the day of the support selection, guys, subscribe, please, get me to 10,000 before the day of the support selection. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband gulps loudly. Constellation Secretive Plotters watching you with great interest. I'm going to choose one of the constellations of this channel as my partner. Wait. It doesn't matter who. I'll be waiting for you here. Don't forget, it's 10,000 subscribers. And then we have this roar of energy. Incarnation Kim Dokja. I'm afraid you're going to have to die now. So many constellations are watching us right now. Aren't you afraid of what might happen if you do that? I'm the master of the Tokyo Dome. Do you think I'd be afraid of breaking the rule of plausibility? To let an insect like you get away with this? And then he's flexing the energy. Okay, I can take this. Huh? But Dokja's fine. What's happening? Hey, and somebody shows up behind Dokgak. Or is it actually going to be the buffed Byung? Did you have fun? Byung? Yeah, it's powered up Byung. How'd you break free from the letters of imprisonment? Oh, that just broke after some wriggling around. The body pays the price for one's stupidity. And then power up muscular Byung. But you're a low-level Dokkaebi. Byung, what do you think you're doing? Low level? You may have a lot of subscribers, but you're low level too. I chose not to move up in rank. Do you dare pick a fight against the master of a major dome? Oh right, I saw that you had many great constellations, but they're all in my channel now. You sure were running your mouth about me earlier. What was it? I manipulated the scenarios? That's rich coming from an incarnation thief. Didn't anyone teach you any manners? Why, you won't get away with it if you attack me. In the face. Who cares? He just hits him anyway. And knocks him through the wall into the star stream. Dokja smiles. And then we leave there. This is all not where I thought we were going, but this has all been really, really, really fun. So, I love the Dokja and Byung stuff. We actually get some Byung character stuff. We learn more about how everything works. We have an influx of new constellations watching the channel. And now we know that both we need to stop the catastrophes from happening still, you would think, because Soul still needs to not be destroyed, ideally. but also we're being transitioned more and more into this sort of combination of the games going on, and I call them games, but the apocalypse going on in Korea and Japan. So either way, we got one more this time around. Let's go to 87. We start with the sparkle of red outside in the Starstream. I've gotten too worked up. Jeez, I must have punched him all the way to the Andromeda scenario. Then I'm at the Dokkaebi Gamtu, just like Dokgak. This is B. Young's real self. Andromeda. Is there such a scenario? I can feel that B. Young's become stronger with the growth of his channel, and I didn't have his consent in doing what I've just done. What if he's holding a grudge against me? B. Young should be very happy about it, honestly. There is. It's a scenario that makes you see reason again. But more importantly, do you know what I'm seeing right now? Oh? I don't. But I think I might. Oh, is the power-up gone? Is everyone leaving? I imagine it's not all that different from what I'm seeing right now. Constellation Who Loves K-Pop wants to be your supporting constellation. Oh, the channel has leveled up. So no, actually it's more and more entering, because there's more saying leveled up. He's tearing up. Dok just smiles. Chapter 19, Singularity, Part 1. And now we have a notebook saying Singularity? Singularity. What are you doing? What? I wasn't doing anything. I can't let my guard down around him. It's not bad what Dokgak's done with this place. But do you think we'll be okay? Why? Are you regretting it? And what were you thinking, lying like that? What if we actually get 10,000 subscribers? We've reached 5,000 already. One of the conditions of your contract was that you don't choose a supporting constellation. It'll all work out. Don't worry, I have a plan. Just lie. More than that, give me my item already. Aren't you in charge of it, now that Dokgak's gone? Oh. And then are they going to return? He gets sent back, but with the coat this time. Hey, where the hell were you? I was just taking care of some things. Whatever it was, it looks like it went well, seeing how you've gotten yourself a new coat. It looks fancy. I like it. I like it. Have you two decided to wear matching outfits? And then, okay, so it is more similar than I thought to Jungjuk's, really. It's a coincidence. This is a common design. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is happy for some reason. Constellation Who Likes to Change Genders is intrigued. I mean, I actually wanted a black one, but still, is he still passed out? All the other colors are out of stock. Out of stock? There's more than one? I thought this was a triple S grade item. Didn't you know? This is a mass-produced item. It's graded like that because of the item's creator. He is very powerful, you see. The Infinite Dimension Space Coat. I picked this coat for its storage capacity, but I didn't think it was worthy of being triple S grade. And then we have name, Infinite Dimension Space Coat, version 1.1, made by mass producer, grade triple S. Item description, a coat tailored for returnees. Despite being a mass-produced item, it was given a triple S grade for some mysterious reason. Design in consideration of the special returnees who cannot activate their attribute window. The subspace storage feature is, in effect, the coat's inner pocket. But of course, be mindful of using it, there's limited storage space. Mass producer, a constellation who's popular with returnees. And then we have, if they made it, then it makes perfect sense why it's been graded like that. Anyway, is Jungjuk okay? He seems to be recovering just fine. Then, hey, let's get out of here. Before this jerk wakes up. You're just gonna leave him. Hey, are you sure these are edible? And they don't look very appealing. How can you even think of cooking something like that? We're gonna eat that thing? What else can we do? We don't have any food. Tier 7 plant monster Yanaspleta is looking at you. And they tear it open and start preparing it. Gosh, what is that? It smells delicious. Wait, it's not done yet. Drink this before you eat. I've boiled the sap from the root. And then, suspicious. You have to drink this before eating the stem of the Yanaspleta. Then, whoa, this is amazing. You could start your own restaurant. Slow down, will you? Constellation Lazy Wednesday's eye is curious about how your cooking tastes. Constellation Royal Nurse, who's lost her sense of taste, is jotting down your recipe. A few constellations who love cooking are interested in your cooking. But is it okay to leave Junghyuk with that woman? She's the poison beauty. Can we trust her? I didn't think she'd actually... I saw the one panel of her, but I didn't really know what it meant. Because I thought she would have been dead when the parasite came out. Okay, I, for some reason, didn't expect her to still be alive. Take Junghyuk to, Gaebongdong, and then you'll find the military base of the 5,603rd Division there. There'll be a sad-looking soldier waiting for you. In Junghyuk's other regressions, where she wasn't infected, Li Hua was known as the Sage of Medicine instead of the Poison Beauty. The Poison Beauty isn't a bad person at heart. It's because of the parasite she's like that. Perhaps in this round she'll be known as the Sage of Medicine again. And he looks over at Sang-ah. Sang-ah, I know you're awake. Come have some. She must be asleep. And I love that, just making the attempt, like, so it's really, really cool if you're right, but then if you're not right, oh well, guess I messed up. There won't be any left for you then. Wow, this part tastes like short ribs, and she jumps up. Wait, short ribs? And then, if you're done eating, you should get up. Why? Do I really have to tell you? You and your temper. I know you're pretending. And then... you sure are annoying. I'm gonna go for a walk. Leave me some for later, will you? And Seyoung leaves. Slow down. It's delicious. Seeing her like this, she's definitely the Sang-ah I used to know. A month has passed since the apocalypse began. So many things have happened and changed that Sang-ah, who used to hate harming others, is now wielding a pair of daggers. We can't go back to how things used to be, right? And she starts tearing up. It's not your fault, Sang-ah. Give it here, I found it. Let go, I'll kill you. We have random people fighting. Mommy, and a kid who's lost his parents. All the destruction around. It really isn't your fault. And then she's breaking down. There's a week left until the beginning of the 5th scenario. So far I've managed to defeat both the catastrophe from the flaming depths of hell, the fire dragon, and the catastrophe of questions, Myung-il-sung. Junghyuk will wake up soon and take care of the west with Hyunsung, and the king of the wanderers will take care of the north. All that's left is the catastrophe at the center. But before that... And Sang-ah's back down again, asleep. Why don't you show yourself now? So, you're going to keep feigning ignorance? I don't know why you're watching me, but if you've kept a close eye on me all this time, then you should know by now. If you consume the stem of the Yanaspleta without drinking its sap first, it puts you to sleep. Okay, so he actually... Yeah, I didn't even notice at first. He didn't give her the sap. And he pulls his sword. I'm willing to do anything to achieve my goal, so you better start talking soon. Is that why she's so powerful? Because she's almost kind of being like groomed and puppeteered by one of the constellations, unless you don't want to see your precious incarnation die. And we have a whooshing, and her eyes open. We have a flash of light coming from her. Personal skill, 4th walls nullified your emotional shock. She rises up. Insignificant human. They've finally shown themselves, he thinks. The damned constellations of Olympus. Okay, so is it not just one, but they're all manipulating her? And that's where we end. What a neat cliffhanger. We have 6 days remaining. Okay, I'm excited. So it seems like we might not get to see what's going on with Hyunsung, sadly. I really wish we would have seen how the side characters dealt with getting sent to the places that were connected to them. I really wish we saw more of that for the other characters, other than what's going on here. As much as I love what's going on here, I just want to see that stuff too. It seems like there's a good chance that the Hyunsung and Junghyuk stuff gets off-screened. We're going to see what happens now with Dokgak, which is exciting, but it does make me a little bit sad that we don't get to see the other characters as much. But yeah, either way, another very, very fun set of chapters. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed it, as I always do. So I hope you did too. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of these 3 chapters and my first thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more Omniscient Reader, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. Sorry, I was just trying to think of some. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can drop a super thanks down below. Or if you want to also get something out of it yourself, in addition to knowing that you're helping to support the channel, you could get One Piece videos a bit early and get shoutouts at the end of every single video by hitting join down below to become a member, or going to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls, FR Nono and Abyss Knight, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Goal, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.